Yo, 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 what's up, you guys? It's your boy Charmaine coming at you live from the house wearing my Diamante shirt again. It's my second video of today. And it's not a manga review or anything like that, but I thought about this video for a little bit, and we're going to discuss the top 5 saddest Naruto deaths, and that is in manga and in the anime as well. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Alright, you guys, so I've seen other videos, and I just want to get my opinion out there. And it's pretty similar to a lot of people, but this is just a little bit different. So let's go ahead and start off with number 5, and I say that is Minato and Kushina, them dying. Yes, to me it wasn't that sad. Like, from the beginning of the fucking series, they were already dead, so I knew they were gonna die. Like, at one point in time, they were going to, when they said they sacrificed, the fourth Hokage sacrificed himself for the village. Okay, like, I already know what to expect. I'm not fucking gonna go waterfall for them, because what they're fixing to do, save the village and, put their son in that situation. Which, I mean, yeah, it sucked when he was young, but now look at him now. He's a fucking man. He's a real man. But anyways, I didn't think it was that sad. I mean, I wasn't like, okay, this is awful. I mean, it was kind of sad when Kushina was trying to, basically say everything she wanted to say to Naruto when he was a baby. That was sad, yeah. And then she goes and turns around and asks Minato, "Do you have anything else to say?" And he says, "No, I mean, you covered everything. Just listen to your motor mouth mother," or whatever the fuck the translation is. So, I mean, it wasn't that sad, but I mean, I kind of expected it. So I wouldn't say it was that sad, but it sucks. That right there is the reason why Naruto don't have any parents alive with him to watch over him, to take care of him, which kind of led him to Jiraiya, which is, oh my god. But yeah, number 5 is Uzumaki Kushina and Namikaze Minato's death. Number 4. When this happened, it took me by surprise. I was really surprised. Especially this cat was young. This cat was way young. And up to this point, we've had some major characters die, yeah, and some of them is to be expected. But when this motherfucker died, oh shit, I did not expect that. And that being number 4, Hyuga Neji. Wow, man. When I read that chapter, I'm glad I'm not a big Neji fan, because I would have cried. I was like, what the fuck? Jumped in front of a wooden, I guess you could say wooden spike / toothpick looking fucking thing to save Hinata and Naruto, because I believe it was Hinata, Neji, and their father of the head household. So it would actually be Hinata's father and Neji's uncle. They were all doing kaiten, trying to like throw the things off course or whatever and just like deflect them. And they started realizing they couldn't spin fast enough to keep up with it. So Hinata jumps in front of Naruto because he can't do kaiten, obviously. So he's just trying to save up his chakra to be able to go into Bijou mode again. So she jumps in front of him, and Neji jumps in front of her, and he gets impaled with 4 of them, 2 in the chest and about 2 in the lower stomach. He's done. He's big time done. And he's laying on Naruto's shoulder, and Naruto's fucking surprised, like, why did you do that? Why did you do that for me? And he basically said, your life is not your life. It's everyone's life here. We're all connected now. If by you protecting me is the same thing as me protecting Hinata-sama. Like, that's the same exact thing. So he said, like, you don't realize that you are in everyone else as well. And what was another thing that was besides the fact that, one thing I'm gonna get to really quickly. He said, I think he said again, like, why did you do this for me? And it's because there was a flashback, and that's when they were fighting in the tuning exam, and Neji says, why are you so persistent? Why do you want to beat me so bad? It says, it's because you called me a failure or a loser or whatever. And then he said, why did you protect me? And he says, because you called me a genius. And then you saw, I guess Neji's headband flew off, because you could see his curse mark. And then as he was dying, and Hinata's fucking, she's waterfalling. I mean, that's to be expected. his curse mark starts disappearing, and then his Byakugan is sealed within his eyes, and then he actually passes. And then, oh man, and in the next chapter, when Lee finds him, oh shit. I mean, Neji's already gone, and Lee is just fucking screaming and crying. And it sucks because for Lee, that was one of the main motivations for him to strive to be a great ninja. Because, I mean, Hyuga. Neji was always saying, you cannot beat me. You are never going to beat me. You can't beat a genius. You can't do ninjutsu. You can't do genjutsu, so you have no chance. And, fucking Lee was like, no, fuck that, man. I'll be a fucking great guy, a great ninja. You watch and see. And that's what he always strived to be. It's sort of like Naruto and Sasuke. When Sasuke was always like, you heard Usera Tonkachi or some bullshit like that. And always showing Naruto up. Naruto's like, man, fuck that. You know what? I'm going to train so I can beat you and so I can prove you. I can prove you wrong. And that's exactly what Lee was doing. And then Tenten, she had feelings for Neji. Like, yeah, you can't fucking hide that, bitch. And then, of course, Hinata's, that's her fucking blood right there. And so she's waterfall, and that's, of course, like I said, that's to be expected. But here's the most fucked up part. Okay, aside from the fact that he was with Rookie 9, and that sucked to see one of them go. Why couldn't it have been Shino or somebody, or Choji? Who gives a fuck about them? But anyways, one of the most fucked up parts about, aside from the fact that, one, he's dead, and two, he was young, is he was right. His outlook on destiny was completely and utterly correct. When he said, you cannot change your destiny, blah, 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 blah. When he was young, he was really pissy about everything. He was right. He was right. And Naruto said some bullshit like, if you work hard enough or do something, then you can change your destiny. But Naruto didn't realize that he's a child of destiny himself, you stupid motherfucker. You are the legacy of the fourth Hokage. You have the Kyuubi chakra inside you for a motherfucking reason. You were taught by Jiraiya for a reason. You are the Sage of Six Paths incarnate for a reason. That is your destiny. You can't change that. Neji was right the whole time. Damn. Wow, that right there was like, oh shit, that's the, if not the, besides the fact that him passing, that's the most fucked up part, is he was right. I mean, it wasn't good for him to stay pissy and shit the whole time, no. But just to acknowledge the fact that Neji was right, that he cannot change his destiny. Because Naruto can't change his destiny. That's some fucked up shit, man. I miss you, Neji Nisan. So number 4 goes to Hyuga Neji. Number 3. For me, this is my all-time favorite character ever since I got into Naruto when I was in middle school at like 12 years old. When this happened, I know he's still alive, but he technically died. Y'all don't understand. I'm kind of an emotional person, but not like I'm gonna cry and get angry and stuff like that. But what I like to do, especially in games, and it doesn't really happen in movies a lot, but in like anime and manga, when you have a favorite character, you put a lot of time into that character. You find reasons for why you like him, the couple of reasons that are his flaws. You start to sympathize with him. You start to think like him. You want to be him. You like his appearance. You just invest so much time into this character, and for him to die, that shit's tough. That shit's tough. One of the manga reviews that I watched when Neji passed that chapter, the guy that was reviewing it cried on screen because that was his favorite character. Like, shit happens, man. And he'd be like, oh, it's a fake character, oh, pussy, whatever. Fuck you. Nobody gives a shit about y'all. It's like saying, why would you cry on your last fucking game of your senior year if it's just a sport? Because you invested so much time, energy, and effort into it that it sucks that it's taken away from you. That's the same exact thing. So, when Kakashi fought Pain and he died, wow, I waterfalled like a bitch. Every time I have watched that fight scene, I have cried to this day. I don't watch it that often because, first, it's a badass fight, but at the same time, my fucking favorite character dies. Like, no, that's not cool. That can't fly. But I was, as soon as when I was watching it, I was afraid because this is fucking pain. Like, this is the dude that can, this never lost. And Kakashi only, I knew he was gonna lose because his chakra reserves aren't that much. And even with Choza and Choji, when he did his Raiton Bushin, I guess you can call that, you know, his lightning clone, when it died or when it dissipates, it releases an electrical pulse that goes into its target, and then he used the kind of like Raikiri dog or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then Choza asked him, you know, are you okay? And he's like, I've already used half of my chakra. You did 2 fucking moves and you lost half of your chakra already? There's no way you can keep up with this motherfucker. And so then he thought of this great plan that actually worked because Kakashi's a fucking, oh my god, he's so intelligent. It worked, but I can't remember if like Choza or Choji didn't hold the thing right or something. And when he was going to Raikiri that motherfucker, he let out this big one of the mechanical pain or whatever the fuck you want to call it, octopus man or whatever, jumped in front. So his Raikiri went through that motherfucker, and then the Deva path, you know, Yahiko basically released a big ass Shinra Tensei, and Kakashi was up to his neck in debris, and he can't move. And so that's when he does the nail, and he acts like he got stabbed with it, but he actually kamuis that motherfucker into another dimension. Tells Choji, stop crying about your dad now. Go tell Tsunade-sama about this guy's abilities, and I'll protect you. And so he's running. Octopus Man shoots a rocket, and Kakashi says, if I use Kamui one more time, I'm going to die. I was like, don't do it, my nigga. Don't do it, man. Choji go, you know, Ikudan Sensha and just roll over something. Run into a wall. Let it blow up the wall. No. He's got to fucking Kamui that shit. Then he's staring up at the sky, even though his eyes are pretty much always half open. Or even fucking closer. And then he dies. He slips away, ran out of chakra, ran out of basically life force, and he dies. He passes. Oh my god. And he's just there, and his hair is blowing in the wind. Oh man, you would have thought my puppy died or something, cause damn, I was sad than a motherfucker. So glad he's alive. Because that sucked. That really sucked. I mean, obviously he's still alive, no shit. But that just really sucked for me because I love that guy. I still do. He's my favorite character of all time. Even though I have a lot of other characters that I like, he's still without a doubt, my favorite character. And when that happened, I just was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I stopped watching it for like a week. And then thankfully, Nagato had a change of heart, decided to use the revival thing, revived everybody in the Konoha, and then he came back. And then when he was having this conversation with his father, and of course, you know, his father committed suicide, sadly, and they were just talking, and he was saying, you know, thank you for forgiving me for what I did to you. I'm sorry, it must have been tough on you. And I was just like, God damn it, you know. Then Nagato revived him. He's back alive. He's doing well. At this point, he's, you know, fucking Obito up. Right, kitty that motherfucker through the chest. But anyways, when that happened, that was so sad for me. I'm so glad he's alive. But yeah, my number 3 spot goes to Hatake Kakashi. Number 2, Uchiha Itachi. Yeah, you got him, man. You got him. A dude that was playing the villain since, shit, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 years old, something like that. He had a facade the whole time even up until his death. The only person that kind of saw his other side at all, kind of, was Naruto when he didn't kill him. Like if Itachi was like really evil, he would have killed half of the fucking world. Nobody can beat him except Jiraiya. That was it. At that point in time, fucking Itachi said, if Kisame and I go up against him, it's going to end in a stalemate and we'll all die. Probably. But he said, Kisame was like, there's no way I'm on his level. And Itachi said, I will probably die if I go up against Jiraiya. For him to say that, god damn, that's a testament to Jiraiya right there. He's not just some fucking old man that just so happens to know a shitload of jutsus. No, this motherfucker was the real deal. Moving along. Sasuke's whole life was being played the fool. His brother fucked him over, but he had to in a way. Always trying to get him stronger. And the thing is, like I said, if Itachi was really evil, he would have killed Sasuke a long time ago, whenever he wanted to. Simple as that. Even when, the fight when Sasuke killed Itachi, Itachi let him win kind of deal, he beat his ass. He whooped his ass. No one can fuck with this guy. But anyway, back to the sad death. All the way up until he passed and he gave, Sasuke he transferred his ocular powers into Sasuke. He was playing the villain the whole time. Nobody in the village knew except Sandaime Hokage, who was dead, Danzo, who didn't give a fuck about Itachi, really. He was just happy for the sacrifices that he made. No one else knew about him. Nobody knew about him. Everyone knew him as a missing nin from Konoha, enemy to the village type of deal. So he was accepting hate in place of love when it comes to Sasuke. The more he hated Sasuke, or the more Sasuke hated him, the more he felt loved and that he was doing his right job. He was doing the right job. He was just trying to get Sasuke so powerful enough to be able to kill him, to kill Itachi, so that his brother could, become a strong shinobi. And then, of course, Sasuke's resolve got all fucked up. But after that happened, or I should say, leading up to that point, I never thought of Itachi as a good guy. I never did. So I was kind of, in a way, happy. It's like, finally, this motherfucker's dead. But at the same time, once Obito explained what actually happened, and then especially the scene where, he has his fingers up and Sasuke's on the back, and you can't see or read what he's saying because there's no subtitles or whatever. And he transfers his ocular powers. When he explained that, I was trying to take a position in Sasuke's role. Like if I was Sasuke, and boy, I waterfalled that day too. Man, I cried like a bitch. I could not believe he did all of that just to help his little brother, get strong. And then when he said, "Yuruse Sasuke, kore sayoda," that, oh man, with the smile on his face. Wow. That's why Itachi has like a shitload of fans, because he was a good guy. Also, all y'all motherfuckers, okay, some people don't believe this, but I know this. I fucking know this. When there's this scene, or in the anime and in the manga, where they're in the cave, Kisame and Itachi's out in there and it's raining, and Kisame says, "That's weird. From this angle, it looks like you're crying." That's because he is crying, motherfuckers. He is fucking crying. I know he is crying. And that's how you know he's not truly evil. He still feels like shit of what all he's done, what he's doing to his brother. But he's just looking forward to that final outcome of having his little brother surpass him and be strong, be able to, defend himself and carry on and shit like that. He was crying in the rain. That is another fucking reason Itachi is the man. You can sympathize with him, man. It sucks that he has to do this. He can't just walk up in the village and be like, "Hey, check it out. Danzo forced me to kill my entire clan because they were going to do a coup d'etat on the entire village and there was going to be a big-ass war, a civil war within our motherfucking village." He can't do that. No one's going to believe him. And Danzo, of course, ain't going to fucking stand up for him and say, "Yeah, he's right." No, of course not. So it sucks. It really does suck. But I did like the fact that was probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, panel scene of Itachi when he was in the rain. And Kisame said, "From right here, it looks like you're crying. It's because he is crying." That was very good. So, number 2 goes to Uchiha Itachi. Number 1, as you can probably guess, is Jiraiya-sama. Oh man, I waterfalled like a bitch that day too. I cried so hard when that happened. And one of the things that I was talking to my friend about, and I asked him, "Who's his favorite character?" And he said Jiraiya, and I asked him why. And he actually pointed out a couple of things. He said, Jiraiya is a realist. He's not like Naruto in the way that he has these grand ideas and scheme. Yeah, world peace is his idea, but he's very realistic about it. He's not like Naruto, who would be like, "I'm going to turn everybody good." Like, no. he's saying that he just wants, even if we disagree, to be able to understand one another and have, civilized talks, discussions, acts, whatever, without the use of war. So he was a realist. Jiraiya has been through it all. It's another thing he said. Jiraiya has fought his whole life. He has become close to people that have died, Sandaime Hokage, Yondaime Hokage, the 3 orphans, even though they were technically alive, and that's 5, right? Sandaime, Yondaime, Nagato, Karin, and Yaiko, even though they were technically alive, he's experienced it all, and he's learned from his lessons over time, and it shaped him to be a great man, even though he's in his 50s, whatever, all that kind of bullshit. He was like even Nagato said it. He said, the 3 chapters of, Jiraiya's book. Nagato was the middle, and he was the failure. He was the worst out of them all. Naruto's going to be the 3rd and final one, to be so good that it completely, everyone forgets the second one. And the first one was perfection. The first one was absolutely perfect, being Jiraiya. Like, he knew everything. He was the man. Everything was perfect with him. If you watched or read Naruto for the longest time, ever since part 1 all the way up to leading to his death, you sympathize with Naruto. Because 1, Naruto never had a father figure except Iruka, but he was kind of here and there and spotty. So you wanted him to get a father figure just as bad as he wanted himself to have a father figure. And once Jiraiya showed up, that was a father figure to you, man. You were sympathizing with Naruto, and you were thinking, man, this guy's great. I hope he teaches him good stuff. And I really like Jiraiya, and he's awesome, and he's funny. He's a little bit of everything. He's super smart. He can fucking do Rasengan and all that bullshit. You liked Jiraiya without even knowing it, because he was so great to Naruto, which that's what everybody wanted, was the motherfucking father figure for him. If you don't love Jiraiya, go kill yourself. Like, first of all, if you don't love Jiraiya, get out of my video. Like, if you don't like Jiraiya, no. Jiraiya is probably one of my top 3 favorite characters. I love Jiraiya. He's the man. Sage mode, all that shit. Besides the fact that, he's one of the Sannin, you liked him without even knowing it. And for him to die, and to actually see Naruto cry, oh man. And it actually took him a while, because, when they were in the Hokage's office, and they're like, Jiraiya-chan is dead. And he's like, wait, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, he died in combat. And then he's like, Tsunade, why the fuck did you let him go alone? And and he goes out, and Sakura's like, well, don't talk to him like that. And, Kakaju's like, Naruto, shit like that. And he said, if Jiraiya was Hokage, Edo Seiya was Hokage, he wouldn't have never let Tsunade go on such a dangerous mission by herself. Then leaves. And then he's sulking. I mean, come on, that's his godfather, basically, his grandfather, whatever you want to call him, both shit. And then he sits down and he's crying. That was hard. That was hard. And then Iruka comes over, talks to him a little bit, gives him the popsicle. And it didn't help. It fucking didn't help when they had the Shippuden opening number 6 sign. I believe that's, number 6 sign. And the beginning was, it both re-emphasized Jiraiya and Itachi when, Popsicle give one to young Naruto, and then Itachi with Sasuke and poking the head and shit like that. Like, that didn't help. And then, of course, the next opening, which is just specific to the Pain Invasion arc, of having Jiraiya, in heaven, and writing his book, and then having his 2 disciples go at it. Oh my gosh. But yeah, number 1 goes to Jiraiya-sama. So we'll recap. Number 5 goes to Uzumaki Kushina and Namikaze Minato. Number 4 goes to Neji Nisan, Hyuga Neji. Number 3 goes to Hadake Kakashi. Number 2 goes to Uchiha Itachi. And number 1 goes to Jiraiya-sama. That's my list. Let me know what you guys think. What's your list? If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment what you think. If you disagree, let me know why. I appreciate any of that stuff. If you're new here, right there, you can subscribe. Appreciate any of that stuff. But that's about it for this video. I'm Charmaine, and I'll be seeing you soon. Peace. Have a good day.